Hello, everyone. Good morning. To authors and invited guests, welcome to Technical Session 8C. Myself, Ishita Sauryan, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GR Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 9th International Conference on Information Communication Technology for Intelligent Systems, ICTIS 2025, Bangkok, Thailand. The ninth edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held yesterday in Bangkok, Thailand, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and was held yesterday, that is 5th and 6th of April 2025. I hope you will all enjoy the knowledgeable interactive sessions through the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 10 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for question and answer. On 9 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There's another request to all the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or update, then you can write it to me in the chat box. Just before we get started, I'd like to introduce you all to the session chairs. We have with us Sir Gray Chipagwe, who is the Dean of Student Life at North Rice University, Zambia, with expertise in data science, computer programming, and database design. He has taught courses including database design, programming with Java, web programming with PHP, MySQL database administration, and networks and distributed systems. Passionate about education and technology, he's dedicated to fostering student development and advancing learning in computing. We welcome you, sir.
Good morning and thank you.
Good morning, sir. We also have with us Dr. Akhilesh Kumar Sharma, who is currently working as professor and head in Manipal University, Jaipur, India. He has many technical research papers in international and national journals. His area of interest include big data analytics, deep learning, classification, and clustering methods, data mining and machine learning, cognitive intelligence, etc. He has worked as an editorial board member of various journals and conferences and reviewed various research articles of national and international importance. We welcome you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for a nice introduction.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to start with the papers. We have our first paper presenter, Ripu, with the paper titled A Machine Learning Model Approach to Understand Customer Behavior Analysis in E-Commerce. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may go ahead. Ma'am, Ripu? I believe she's not here with us yet. We'll be proceeding with the next paper presenter. Gaurav Datta with a paper titled A Study in Analyzing the Adoption of Internet of Things in Enhancing Food Quality Management. So if you're ready, then you may go ahead. So Gaurav Datta. It seems we do not have him yet. Our next presenter, Gurudev Sutar, with the paper titled API Development Learning Platform. So if you're ready, then you may go ahead. Sir Gurudev, or anyone who is going to present on his behalf. Purna Nandini with the paper titled Automated Currency Validator.
Yes.
Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. Let me share my screen.
Sure, ma'am.
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible. Please, you can turn it into slideshow mode. Yeah, perfect. Please go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. And today my presentation is about automated currency validator. And I am from Department of IT. Studied in Sri Vishnu Engineering College for Women, which is located in Bhimavaram. And so these are all the contents which I would like to share today in my presentation. And let me So let me tell you about the abstract of this paper. So basically, we worked about the fake currency detection because it is one of the biggest problems which is seriously rising the nation's economy and which is more affecting across India. So based on this realization, this paper depicts an version of the fake currency detection which involves the latest and deep learning techniques. And we worked in particular this work applies YOLO and for extracting features and along with CNN for classification among real and fake currency notes. So, and it enables the uploading of photographs of the currency notes with ease, like making it very user attractive and interactive. Mainly, this methodology includes image processing and feature extraction and analysis to detect fake notes. So, so overall, this paper gives an effective solution for the prevention of counterfeit currency and the protection of the financial systems. Let me go in deeper. So, this is about the introduction. Illegal reproduction of manufacturing currency fake notes is very illegal, is a challenge, and to depict whether a note is genuine or fake is very challenge to the people, to most of the countries also. So counterfeit money reduces the value of real money and leads to inflation because of an unauthorized and unnatural increase in the money supply. Mainly it impacts economies, business, and individuals also. Even though there are many available manual methods like to validate paper currency, so which is very tedious nature, and most of the time erroneous results make them unfavorable in managing large cash funds. Increasing demands for efficient and highly accurate solutions have therefore raised importance in using automated systems with the objective of detecting fake currency. So mainly this paper deals with the development of counterfeit currency detection system using image processing techniques and algorithms. The proposed system mainly analyzes the critical features of currency notes, including watermarks, see-through register numbers, security threats. Mainly, what are the important features we must look into the currency note? Those are taken to verify the authenticity of a note. So, by utilizing such unique characteristics, it is deemed that the proposed system will offer a practical and efficient solution for the accurate identification of counterfeit money. And this is about the introduction of our paper, proposed paper. And this is our proposed work. So, we proposed a system where it will overcome the limitations of the current available counterfeit detection methods by involving advanced image processing and deep learning techniques. So, here in this case, we used YOLO, which is a real time object detection, and CNN for current attraction and classification. Thus, making it very easy to identify the whether a note is a genuine or fake and to get the accurate results. It uses the study of unique features of Indian banknotes, like, as I said before, watermarks, security threats, see through registers, and number lines, which are more important in a note and for an authentic study. So, in addition of this, users can upload and process images directly from a camera based web platform, which is very user attractive and very interactive for the user also, which is accessible and practical for mass usage. In that case, using CNNs and trainings on really diverse dataset made up of original and fake notes achieve high accuracy and reliability for counterfeit for complete counterfeit detection solution. And this is our design methodology. So as the idea came to our mind, and then we first collected the data, and then we started labeling it using label mg. So using label mg, where it is a tool which is available for desktop applications, which is a desktop application where we can download and install it on in our desktop. And we use it for extracting the features like, mainly as I said before, watermark, security thread, see-through register. So we use this label mg tool to extract the features, and then we trained using YOLO model. Like this is the respective watermark, and this is the respective security thread, and this is the respective C3 registers using YOLO. And after performing YOLO, it results and feature outputs, where those outputs were sent to an CNN model. And like as I said, every watermark is an output, like trained in an trained YOLO model is an output, and those will be sent to every CNN model to train that, to learn about the features, deep features like edges, textures and patterns in every feature we collected in the note. And upon performing the CNN model on the features of an currency note, we finally average it based on the accuracy. Let me take an example. For example, my model generated an accuracy of 90% for watermark, and an 80% for security threat, and any 75% to 80% in between for see-through register, like that. So we took all of these models, and we generated. So based on averaging accuracy of these gen- fake or genuine, which results in high, we classified those as genuine or fake. And this is our data pre-processing this is our workflow. First methodology is data pre-processing, where labels where current data pre-processing. In data pre-processing, as already mentioned, I used label mg to annotate features such as watermarks and security threads. And the second methodology is feature extraction, uses the labeled data to train the YOLO model, which depicts specific features like number lines and boxes on the notes. And the third methodology is model training, employs a dedicated CNN model for each extracted feature to analyze and classify them. And the fourth one is evaluation. So based on the accuracy, we got model we perform model performances using accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score and confusion matrix. And deployment, we provided an user friendly interface where users upload currency images, and the fake system determines whether a note is genuine or fake. And this is and the right side of the slide is the diagram, where the first one is the input of Indian currency data set, which is sent to the data pre-processing, where in where label MG was used to label the images, means to annotate the features of a currency note. And then feature extraction, so where YOLO model is used to train the annotated features.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm really sorry to disturb you, but I'd like to remind you of the time limit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is our proposed hybrid model development where we used YOLO and CNN. Mainly YOLO is used for real-time object detection. So mainly it identifies key security features on currency notes such as watermarks, security threats, and serial numbers, which is very effective and efficiently localizes these features in a single forward pass through the network. And our main model comes CNN model, use it for feature classification. After YOLO detects key areas on the currency note, the CNN process extracted regions to determine whether each security feature is authentic or forged. So mainly it involves layers like convolutional layers and ReLU, activation, pooling layers, and fully connected layers to make the final predictions. And these are the advanced techniques like to improve the accuracy improvement, where regularized loss and dropout is used. L1 is used to remove the irrelevant features. For example, if some features like watermarks, textures, if they are less useful, so L1 is used to drop them entirely. And L2 ridge is used to shrink weights to zero, because model it helps the model to stay balanced by not depending too much only on any single feature. And mainly dropout is mainly used, it randomly drops out the neurons, like sets to zero in each layer with a certain probability, like, which helps us is limited like to current, which is very effective, like to not to depend only on any path, only any on a single path, so that which avoids the overfitting and improves the generalization. And these are our results. So upon performing, we got an accuracy of 94% and a precision of 93% and recall of 93%, and for F1 score is 93%. This is our obtained confusion matrix. So in our study, we build a model for detecting fake currency using YOLO for feature extraction like number lines, security threats, and CNN. For image analyzing performance of model with a good accuracy of 94% and a precision of 93% and a recall of 93%, as already mentioned before, showing ability to detect counterfeit money with accuracy and with minimal error. Will enhance the system by integrating serial number verification against a centralized and authenticated database of valid serial numbers issued by regulatory authorities. As we are the students, we don't have any access like to the serial numbers which the government decides. So this will make the system more reliable and add another layer of security in the detection of counterfeit currency. These are the references we took from. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, would you like to ask any questions?
Hello.
Uh,
Yeah,
go
sure.
ahead.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
All right. So want to find out if you used this in the real world situation where we have crumpled notes and partially damaged notes. What was the outcome?
Sir, if you don't mind, could you repeat it again?
Yeah, what I mean is in the real world situation, apart from having just counterfeit notes, some notes might be partially damaged or a bit creased. What was the outcome of this on such notes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But if we really, if we really sent an any tiered image like that, still YOLO detects the regions like watermark or serial number. Like for suppose if any feature is missing or blurry, it might skip that region, making it to false under false negative, or incorrectly detecting an any region like that will happen. But coming to the CNN, it tries to classify the cropped region also real or fake. If the damage affects to any key features like any tone watermark like that, so CNN may predict it as a fake even if it's a real note, as the note is not appropriate.
Thank
So
you.
yes.
Yeah, and maybe you get a lot of challenge like this internal security reasons. You cannot get the data set of all these numbers, serial numbers. Okay, but by the way, have you validated your entire results with any techniques?
No, sir. We validated using these two techniques only. We collected our own data set, real data set.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. We will be proceeding with our next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Min Vyong with the paper titled Backscatter Communication and NOMA in UAV Assisted MEC IoT Networks. Sir, if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Yeah, sir, you're audible. Good morning.
Hey, with me, I need to time. Uh, okay. Uh, what's what slide in on my okay. Uh, everyone can see my slide.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Oh, I don't see my share in slide. What? Okay. Everyone can see my slide.
Yes, sir, it is visible. You can continue.
Okay. Hello everyone. Today I will present our paper hasn't Backactor Communication and NOMA in UAV Assisted IoT Network. Uh, Here's the main content of my presentation today. First, introduction of vector communication and our contribution. Second is a communication model and a protocol. Third is a performance analysis. Fourth is a numerical ratios, and finally the conclusion. Okay. Um, with the proliferation of Internet of Things out device in wireless connection, control measurement, smart home, sleep for low latency and high computation performing. And we propose the use of uh, mobile edge computing by bringing computational resources closer to end user, make zero latency and alleviates the burden on centralized cloud infrastructure. However, the static ratio of the growth base makes server limited its ability to server efficiency. Okay. Uh, we propose a unmanned aerial vehicle with the promise of providing high mobility, flexibility, and line of sight communication link. We UAV assisted math system can provide on-demand computing support for IoT device. With the increase of IoT device, the need for necessary connectivity between device increases. The need for efficiency resource uh, allocation, not orthogonal multi-access normal has been proposed as a key technology to address the change by ordering multi-device to share the same time frequency result. Thus, improving spatial efficiency and support massive connectivity. Okay. In addition to small size, low power IoT device, we propose packet communication BC, which allow device to transmit data by reflecting ambient radio frequency signal, uh, provide a smithing solution to reduce energy consumption and extend the automational lifetime of energy conscious of IoT device. Okay, here's the main contribution. Uh, we propose a UAV assessment framework that integrates like NOMA and BC to support now latency IoT application. Accordingly, we propose a protocol designed to ensure efficiency of loading. A closed-form expression efficient for the SCB is defined by exploiting the statistical properties of low channel power increment. So to avoid system performance, number should always ask you to arrange the performances at transmission perform power reposition and positive power allocation ratio and task of blood ratio. Okay. And second is system model and protocol. And the third is a system model and channel model. And the picture six is so the Mac system support UAV interface with Loma and BC. Uh, to vector S device be the counter. Excluder select the best BD to transmit the task to the UAV via Noma screen for uploading to anti-task by BC. Station S provide RF signal to BD for BC. Okay. Uh, Continue with communication protocol. Okay. Determining parameter phase. Uh, Based on the Chinese state information, the best predictor S divide B the A and B is select from cluster A and B. Upload phase. The best B, D, A, and V upload their task by using BC on bay or and bay on uploading Loma to upload LBs to you. The executing phase, you hand the uploading task and download phase. You send the resulting computation data to A and B. Uh, the third performance analysis. In the subsection, the performance of the entire system using mathematical variable, we divide a closed form SCP expression for the entire system. Okay. And next is the numerical ratios. The picture is the effect of the signal to noise ratio on the SCP. First year of effect must between the analytical and substance resource. Second, increasing the power of the RF station improve. The SNRY increasing. The, the number of BAD increases the SCP due to increase the ability to select the best BAD, improving the uploading efficiency. So picture line, effect of UV high on SCP. We can see that there's a optimal height for UAV operation because the height of UAV increases. The probability of loss condition occurring improve. However, the too high altitude, the distance increase, causing uh, significant transmission noise. Okay. In the picture 10, uh, the effect of power location ratio on SCP. There will be operated via values that ensure efficient decoding of the 5BAD signal. The 5BAD signal is allocated more power for decoding than the real BAD signal, emphasizing the fineness of the NOMA technique. And the picture 11, uh, the effect of TOR alpha on SCP. Since the ONBD has the same task of LBIT, the ratio alpha divides LBIT between the two BD performing. The uploading, there an optimal task uploading ratio that's massive SCP. Since the BD themselves obligate the most efficiency ratio to upload the task to the UAV. This also highlight the file list among BD. Okay, so picture 12. Effect up to 2D position of UAV on SCP. 2D position of UAV is important to optimize communication with BAD. The result shows the optimal coordinates where the system performance is it fixed. This emphasizes the static position of UAV to improve communication with BAD and emphasize the role of UAV improving system uh, efficiency. Okay, and the file is a conclusion. Awareness design for UV and Bo Math Network is proposed in Week BC and Loma Link. Also, complex and device selection screen are applied. Define chloroform expression for the SCP of entire system. The findings show that the performance proof as the device transmission power increase and the number of device increases. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Everyone can.
Thank you, sir. Sir, would you like to ask any question?
No question from my side. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
No question either.
We'll be proceeding with our next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter John Helen Jasper Ortega with the paper titled Generative AI in Multimedia Arts Courses, Benefits and Limitations.
Yeah, hello. Hi. For a while, I'll just share my screen.
Sure, sir.
All right, hold on. All right, is my presentation already visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible. You can continue.
All right. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. John Helen Jasper Ortega from FEU Institute of Technology, Manila, Philippines. And I'll be presenting my study entitled Generative AI in Multimedia Courses, Benefits and Limitations. Artificial intelligence has revolutionized multimedia arts education by enhancing content creation, automating design tasks, and enabling personalized learning through tools like Adobe Creative Suite, Canva, and AI integrated mobile systems. Generative AI now assists in animation, image editing, and content generation, offering unprecedented creative efficiency. However, this shift raises critical debates about originality, authorship, and the role of human creativity. While AI streamlines workflows and inspires innovations, educators like us and students must balance its use with traditional artistic methods to preserve essential creative and critical thinking skills in the evolving digital landscape. Here are my statement of the problems. First is the impact of generative AI on artistic originality. Generative AI challenges traditional authorship, as I mentioned earlier, by blurring the line between machine assistance and genuine human creativity. Second is the dependency on AI and declining technical skills. We over rely on AI may weaken students' foundational artistic and technical skills essential for creative problem solving. Third is ethical and copyright issues in AI generated content. AI's use of unlicensed datasets raises ethical and legal concerns around plagiarism and intellectual property rights. For the fourth one, balancing AI integration with traditional artistic methods. Educators must integrate AI without replacing hands-on training to preserve core artistic and critical thinking skills. And lastly, job market implications and future career prospects. AI's rise in creative industries prompts uncertainty about job security, urging schools to equip students with adaptive, future-ready skills. For the methods, the study explores the benefits and limitations of generative AI in multimedia arts courses, guided by the technology acceptance model, which examines how users perceive and adopt new technologies based on their usefulness and ease of use. Understanding students' perspectives on AI in multimedia can provide insights into how educational institutions can integrate AI effectively while preserving traditional artistic principles. For the evaluation prompts, I prepared 10 evaluation prompts. First is how has generative AI influenced your ability to create original artwork in your multimedia arts coursework? Number two, do you feel that reliance on AI tools has affected your development of fundamental artistic skills? Three, what are your concerns regarding the ethical and copyright implications of using AI generated content? Four, how often do you integrate AI tools in your creative projects and in what capacity? 5, do you believe that AI-generated content enhances or diminishes artistic authenticity in multimedia arts? Number 6, how has the use of AI affected your efficiency and workflow in completing multimedia projects? 7, what challenges have you encountered in balancing traditional artistic methods with AI-assisted creation? 8, how prepared do you feel for future job opportunities in the creative industry given the rise of AI-generated content? 9, what are your views on the potential job displacement of multimedia artists due to AI advancement? And lastly, in what ways do you think AI should be integrated into multimedia arts education to maximize benefits while minimizing limitations? A word cloud was generated using Python. To analyze the survey results, it visually represents the most common words from the qualitative data collected from 50 participants. As for the result, the word cloud highlights participants' mixed views on generative AI and multimedia arts, revealing a balance of enthusiasm and concern around creativity, ethics, and the role of AI as a supportive tool rather than a replacement. Key terms reflect themes of artistic identity, educational value, and the need for clear guidelines in AI integration. A sentiment analysis was also conducted to evaluate the survey results. This analysis helps determine the overall tone of participants' responses, whether positive, negative, or neutral. The sentiment analysis reveals a slightly positive overall sentiment and average polarity score of 0.19, suggesting general optimism toward AI as a creative tool despite some concerns. So the low standard deviation of 0.000028 indicates consistent responses, reinforcing a shared view of AI's benefits with cautious consideration. As for the result shows that as for the results for the technology acceptance model, the results show that generative AI is widely accepted in multimedia arts courses at TAM, valued for enhancing creativity and efficiency. However, concerns about authenticity, ethical use, and job readiness highlight the need for a balanced approach, integrating AI responsibly while equipping TAM students with critical adaptable skills to thrive alongside evolving technologies. As for the conclusion, findings from the technology acceptance model, sentiment, and word cloud analysis highlight that while students appreciate the creative benefits of generative AI, they remain cautious about its ethical implications and impact on in traditional skills. So this underscores the need for balanced educational strategies that integrate AI while preserving artistic authenticity and critical thinking. For the future direction, future research should explore how generative AI affects creativity, skill development, and job opportunities in the arts. It should also look into how education can guide students to use AI ethically while keeping human creativity at the center. Here are my references, and that ends my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so please go ahead with the questions.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Did the research make any course adaptation proposal to help guide what the future will be?
All right. So, based on the results of my study, basically, it needs help from the government to establish different policies, that can help educational institutions to integrate AI into the system so that everyone could be aware of its implications and its benefits as well. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a great research, and I just wanted to ask you whether it is what are the applicability for the social benefits with your research?
All right. Actually, for the social benefits, it actually boils down to the cooperation of all the government bodies of a country, not just limited here in the Philippines. So with the help of government and education institutions, they can really establish, a policy that can everyone be benefited into, so that the future students as well as the other professionals can be benefited instead of being replaced by AI. As I highlighted in my presentation, this AI will just serve as a tool, no, not a replacement for human resources. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And do you have any collaboration with any government agency to implement this for the social benefits?
All right. As of the moment, we are currently working on behalf of my university, Far Eastern University. We're currently working with cooperating or collaborating with our Department of Education, or particular Commission on Higher Educations, to review, these different policies and guidelines, so that eventually, with our initiatives, it can be added to the guidelines in our educational institutions and policies. Thank you.
Okay, then you should also mention what sustainability goal you are covering with
Mhm.
this research work. All the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with our next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Topela Sri Lalita with the paper titled Hybrid Multi-Stage Network for Comprehensive Lung X-ray Analysis. Ma'am, if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
My name is Sri Lalita Topella. I have worked on this project along with my teammates Deepika, Sazanya, and Manasa. We carried out this research under the guidance of our mentor, Mr. S. Srinivasu. Our project is titled Hybrid Multi-Stage Network for Comprehensive Lung X-ray Analysis. It focuses on enhancing the accuracy and interpretability of lung disease diagnosis using advanced deep learning techniques applied to chest X-ray and images. Now I'll share my screen and begin the detailed presentation of our research project titled our research project titled Hybrid Multi-Stage Network for Comprehensive Lung X-ray Analysis. Kindly let me know if my screen is visible clearly.
Put it in presentation mode.
Click on slideshow.
So please, just a minute. Oh, sorry for the delay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let us begin. Sir, our project title is Hybrid Multi-Stage Network for Comprehensive Lung X-ray Analysis. Coming to the abstract, this research emerged out of genuine concern during the global COVID-19 pandemic, which overwhelmed healthcare systems, especially in resource-limited settings. The urgent demand for quick, reliable, and interpretable diagnosis of lung diseases such as COVID-19, pneumonia, and tuberculosis this inspired us to contribute a solution that combines advanced machine learning with clinical practicality. Uh, this abstract or the problem statements refers to the respiratory illness continue to pose a serious threat worldwide, sir. So, however, manual interpretation of chest X-rays, which are among the most commonly used imaging modalities like time-consuming processes or highly dependent on radiologist expertise, or very prone to inconsistencies, especially when subtle signs are present. So, in many rural or understaffed hospitals, radiologists are few, leading to diagnostic delays and increased human error. Hence, there is a clear and urgent need for an AI-powered diagnostic system that is not only accurate but also explainable, scalable. So, we have developed this uh, project so that it is easy to use in real-world settings. So, coming to the introduction or the project overview. Let me explain or address some challenges we develop in this project. We developed a hybrid multi-stage network that mimics a radiologist with process on X-ray, first segmenting the lungs, then classifying the disease, then finally highlighting the affected regions. This pipeline consists of three critical stages. First one is lung segmentation to isolate the lung region from the X-ray image, removing the irrelevant areas that may introduce noise. And coming to the second one, disease classification to determine whether the X-ray is normal, pneumonia, or COVID-19. Coming to the third stage, severity localization to highlight the specific regions in the lung where abnormalities are detected. This is our third stage. This stages is not only effective but also very interpretable, allowing clinicians or very other experts to trust and verify the AI's decision-making process. So coming to the objectives, we have built a deep learning model to detect the lung diseases using an image of chest X-ray. To address these challenges, we developed a hybrid multi-stage network that mimics how a radiologist would process an X-ray. In our segmentation module or in classification module, we experimented with multiple deep learning architects, including UNIT, FPN, LinkNet for classification, and CodeNet for segmentation. UNIT, known for its encoder-decoder structure with skip connections, providing highly accurate segmentation, even on medical datasets, which improves detection across different scales, especially helpful where lesions vary in size and shape. Coming to the LinkNet, a lightweight, efficient segmentation process has been done, model optimized for real-time performance. Coming to the existing system, to train and evaluate our system, we utilize the COVID-19 radiography database, a robust and widely accepted dataset that contains over various chest X-ray images. And in this existing system, we have faced so many challenges of low interpretability limits of clinical expertizations or adaptations. Coming to the proposed methodology, coming to the segmentation stage, the image first enters the segmentation pipeline where UNIT, FPN, and LinkNet identifies the lung regions. This step removes unnecessary background and artifacts that focuses the analysis. Coming to the classification stage, the segmented lung region is passed through CodeNet, which classifies the image into one of the categories, normal, COVID-19, or pneumonia. CodeNet leverages the mechanisms to detect intricate patterns even in complex, overlapping symptoms. Next, the localization stage or the stage. Using GradCam, the network generates heat maps over the lung regions, showing exactly where the infection or abnormality is concentrated. Here, we use the classification models, ResNet 50, exception, CodeNet, and Inception ResNet V2, showing exactly where the infection is there. This makes the model's decision transparent and trustworthy. Uh, our model is like it communicates its logic and giving confidence outputs or results. Coming to the dataset description or any other preprocessing, we used the COVID-19 radiography database, we used the lung X-ray images dataset, which is publicly available in the Kaggle, and medically curated dataset that contains COVID-19 images, chest X-ray images, and viral pneumonia images. Before feeding the data into our model, we performed several preprocessing steps, like image resizing to a uniform dimensions for compatibility. And next one is normalization to stabilize the pixel values so that we don't get any errors. And next, coming to the data augmentation, such as rotation or flipping or zooming the images or brightness variations or contrast variations. This was especially important to improve generalization. So ensuring our model performs well on unseen images, and that is not very biased by the dataset problems or very other patterns. For testing and training, so we divided the dataset into training part and testing part, and we cross-validate each and every section. Coming to the results, so our experiments are these are the demonstrations like high classification accuracy, achieving over 96% on the test dataset, strong segmentation metrics with IOU and DICE coefficients exceeding 0.9, ensuring precise lung isolation. Coming to the additionally with minimal false positives due to our hybrid and staged architecture. RADCAM visualizations are closely aligned with radiologist interpretations and strengthening clinical relevance so that any expert would trust our AI model. Additionally, so the model was able to process image faster, making it suitable for real-time diagnosis, even in emergency scenarios or any other situations or problems. Uh, Coming to this is the original image and this is the output where the predicted mask or the image segmented image will become up. For segmentation, these are the models where unit linked FPN are these are the performance metrics. And this is for the classification where we used CodeNet. Coming to the future scope, where our journey ended. Like we explored so many things till now, while our model achieves so many results and integration into clinical settings with user-friendly interfaces, mobile application deployment, especially for rural healthcare workers. This is one of our major future scope. Coming to the next, extension to other diseases like tuberculosis and lung cancer, or real-time analysis and voice reports for doctors with busy schedules. More interpretable AI by integrating tools by very other clinical audits. By collaborating with hospitals and government health programs, we believe this project has the potential to make a real world impact. This is our future scope. So, coming to the conclusion, would like to discuss about our project demonstrate the transformative power of AI in medical imaging through a carefully designed hybrid pipeline. We have combined deep learning with clinical workflows to offer a solution for accuracy and explainable and scalable project or scalable clinically valuable resource. We believe this work opens a future door where AI acts as a trusted assistant to healthcare professionals, helping them save more lives, especially in places where expertise is limited, where which I said earlier in the future scope. And these are the references we have taken. And thank you very much for your valuable time and your attention, sir. I would be glad to take any questions if you may have so.
Good morning, ma'am.
So good morning, sir.
Yeah, good project. Were you doing it as a student at what level?
Yes, sir, for that. Sir, why this project? So first, let me explain you. The lung-related diseases remain a critical global health burden, or when an early accurate diagnosis is the key to save lives, sir. So we choose this project because manual diagnosis of chest X-ray is error-prone and time-consuming. So there is a lack of accessible and automated and interpretable tools in underserved regions. And also, we worked with the large and diverse data set with over more than 40,000 labeled images of the COVID-19, pneumonia, or normal images. This large data set helps us model, learn intricate patterns, and ensure generalization across different image qualities and patient types so that early diagnosis will be done. By using this big data, we reduce the risk of bias and improve model robustness, ultimately making our solution very viable for clinical deployment or for other things. So, thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, thank you. Which performance metric did you dominantly use to prove that there was an improvement?
So for segmentation, we used dice coefficient and IOU scores. And coming to classification, we have used binary accuracy and test loss and test value, test gains.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and no question from my side. Thank you. This is answered already.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with our next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Venkata Sumant with the paper title Lead Scoring Model Using Machine Learning. Sir, if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Just a second, I will share my screen.
Sure, sir.
I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
And good morning to everyone. And I would like to glad to here to present the research findings and my experience related to the lead scoring using machine learning model. And I'm a CSE student with a background of AI/ML specialization. And my outline of the today presentation is the introduction about the lead scoring and the objective of our research workflow and the methodologies we used, the results we got through this research, and the conclusion. And to say about the lead scoring and what is the leads, I will tell a short story like imagine you are an coffee owner or cafe owner in a busy street, and you likely to find the people who are really interested in your to buy your products, and you have the previous data like the person name and their interest, all those things. And before prioritizing the customers, you need to analyze the data and you need to find that who is the valuable customer to you for your business. And because of that, the customers data or the leads and the analyzing their data and prioritizing them is the process of lead scoring actually. And because of this complex process, there is a chance if we do this process manually, there is a chance that errors will be happen. And so for the efficient purpose, we use some machine learning, and to it will also help us to boost the sales and also analyze the customer data. The main objective of our research work is actually, as I'm a student, I like to explore more technical things, and I love to attend the webinars and workshops, those things. And um, to attend every webinar or workshop, I need to enter some of my contact details, at least emails or phone numbers or other survey questions related to the services. And after attending that few days after, we will obviously get a call from that organization whether we are interested in the services or not. And most of the times, the customer may not interested in the products and just they want to watch the demo session. So if the organization is able to analyze the customer data and actually came a conclusion that okay, this person is really interested in our project, and so we first prioritize this customer and we will make the call or some email to this customer so that the time and the resource of the business will be saved. This is the main motto of our research actually. And I would like to explain the brief workflow of our project. Actually, the actual leads or the customer data is very sensitive in in the digital market. So as a student, um, we don't have any access to the real world data. So that's why we use the public data set. It is called X education data set. And we apply some data pre-processing techniques like finding the null values and also removing the less significant features or columns from the dataset. And after that, we use the dimensionality reduction, I mean, principal component analysis, so that we can reduce the high dimensional dataset to the low dimensional. It will help us to reduce the computational cost and those things. And apart from that, we use ML models, ML algorithms like KNN and SVM and some other models to train and make the predictions. And we use the grid search to make the hyperparameter tuning. And then after we evaluate the models and using the predictions of those models, we apply the ensemble learning like voting and stacking to get our final predictions. And our methodology is mainly divided into the three parts. The first part is about the data pre-processing. After collecting the data from the internet, and we first analyze the missing values and irrelevant columns from the dataset. And then we found that many of the columns have irrelevant and some columns or some features in the dataset have missing values. So that we set a threshold like 40%. If the feature have more than 40% of missing values, we drop those columns. And then we apply the principal component analysis to reduce the dimensionality of the dataset. And then we use the smooth technique, and it is about to address the class imbalance, because in the large data sets there might be a chance that some classes or some features are have the less number of data as compared to the remaining. So to address this, we use a synthetic oversampling method to make a balance in the features in the data set. And then the second step in our methodology is we consider the machine learning models like k nearest neighbors and support vector machine, decision tree, and random forest to train the to get the predictions by analyzing our data set. And we check our model performance with the performance matrix like accuracy, precision, and recall. And actually, we use our data set as like training and testing. We split our data set into 70% as a training data set and 30% as our testing data set. And after the applying the PCA and training the models, actually we got an different accuracies for different principal component analysis. Like the major aspect of the principal component analysis is it will try to calculate the importance of the each feature in the dataset, and it will sort the features with according to their importance. And we first like to select the principal components, I mean the top 5 features and top 10 like that in the 5 to 30 range. And we train our models accordingly, and we got these different accuracies based on that. And then we have that the every individual machine learning model has some predictions. It predicts some classes and based on the data, test data, and using those predictions, we apply the ensemble learning. It's about the instead of training the model with the original data, we actually use the predictions from the base models, and we use the soft voting and stacking techniques for this. The soft voting is mainly about it will collect the predictions from the base model, and it will average the predictions, and based on the probabilities, it will make the predictions to the data. And coming to the stacking, after training the base models like KNN and SVM and decision tree and random forest, we use that trained model data, and we use the logistic regression as a meta classifier in this stacking model, so that it will make the predictions by analyzing the base model data. And by using these, actually, these are the results of our models. This table is shows up the performance of our individual models like KN and SVM based on their hyperparameters. We find that the best hyperparameters in our defined range values. And apart from that, this is the confusion matrix of the predictions of our stacking and voting models, actually. And then this graph, this graph represents in this graph, the blue line represents the accuracy of the models like KNN, SVM, decision tree, and random forest, and the ensemble models like stacking and voting. And we got an accuracy of around 91 and 92% with the ensemble learning to predict that. And in standard alone, the support vector machine performs well for it got an accuracy like around 90%. And the conclusion and the main objective of our research is help the real world organization or small scale industries to analyze the customer data and prioritize the customers, and help them to reduce the resource wastage like time and the money what they're spending for the data analysis, so that they can easily find a loyal customer for the business to improve their business and their investments like that. And this is my presentation of my research. I would like to have take any questions or queries regarding this research. Hello.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for the presentation. Just a question. I believe there are many such tools, cloud tools existing. What makes yours different?
So as you explained, there are really many such tools are existing, but in our local area, in the many small scale industries or many startup organizations, they will not afford to invest their most of the money for the data analysis and to get those resources. So our model help us to make the data analysis easy with a less amount of cost, and they help us to get a better results than the manual work. So
Thank you. I hope you included that in your article, your paper.
first,
Thank you.
thank you, sir.
Appreciate your work. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We will be proceeding with the next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter John Hiller and Jasper Ortega once again with the paper titled Tempers, a hybrid web series and social media campaign about the role of parents' intervention in children's digital media exposure and early development. So if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Yeah, hello, good morning. Yeah, let me share my screen again. Okay. All right. So, hi again. Good morning, everyone. It's me again. I'm Dr. John Helen Jasper Ortega from FEU Institute of Technology, Manila, Philippines, and I'll be presenting our study entitled Timepers, a hybrid web series and social media uh, campaign about the role of parents' intervention in children's digital media exposure and early development. So in today's society, technology has become an integral part of daily life. At home, families now have access to the internet and electronic devices. Although digitalization offers numerous advantages, it also poses problems for young children who can be constantly exposed to online content, which can be negatively affect their holistic development. Parents and guardians who are accustomed to the traditional parenting can also experience challenges in handling technology at home. So the study aims to educate and guide parents and guardians on how to manage their children's digital activities effectively. The series is composed of 3 episodes, each featuring a unique narrative that highlights different values and moral lessons. Furthermore, the study consists of 2 projects. The major project is a hybrid web series, and then the minor project is a social media campaign. The web series primarily aims to help parents understand their role in their children's digital media exposure and early development. Meanwhile, the social media campaign is intended to encourage parents on how to manage their children's online activities effectively. So I'll just have a quick run through of the specific objectives. As I mentioned earlier, we produced 3 episodes, a hybrid web series composed of 2D animation and 3D animation with 9 to 12 minutes total length. And then the 2D character is stylized and the mascots for the web series. And then the 3D elements are for the environment. And definitely, we also produce a soundtrack for the web series. For the social media campaign, we designed a social media campaign with the supplementary contents based on a 3-month calendar schedule. For the engagement and to measure its effectiveness for the social media campaign, the engagement rate was measured using the formula likes plus comments plus shares all over the audience times 100 to get the total engagement rate. The results have a corresponding value of poor, average, and good. As for the formative and summative evaluation, it was also used to assess the study. Formative evaluation focuses on the internal testing of the project, while in summative evaluation, a more in-depth evaluation was conducted as it involves technical and non-technical aspects and highlighted by the subject matter expert or the professional. As for the subject matter expert evaluation, first we have Dr. Viray. Her feedback was are this no first is it emphasized on face-to-face interaction, change how screen time affects a child's speech skills. It has a good social media content, and perhaps we could add more content about creating a family media plan. For our second expert, we had Miss Karen Lodronio for the feedback. Basically, the web series has good timing and pacing. It has an appealing art style. The movement of the animations can be improved, however, and then we can also tweak the color vibrance and add cast shadows. For the last, sorry, for the last subject expert, we have Mr. George Anthony Joaquin. His feedback is to provide appropriate scheduling and then to optimize and to effectively use of Facebook, time of posting can be changed depending on its traffic, no? And then provide resources or materials and maybe improve or observe other consistencies. For the respondents profile, we handed out assessments and evaluation to these different groups. For the demographics, we have two demographics. First, the millennial, which ages 28 to 43, and then the Gen X, which ages 44 to 59. Uh, have access to the internet to get a total of 52 respondents. As for the children, the demographics of the children is between 5 to 8 years old. They also need to have access to the internet and electronic devices to get a total of 52 respondents as well. As for the comparison, test screening was conducted to the audience with the pre-assessment grand mean of 3.75 that translates to agree and post-assessment result of 4.47 that is equivalent to strongly agree. The simplest interpretation is the shift from the agree to strongly agree indicates an improvement in the responses upon conducting the test screening. The theme reveals the the theme reveals that the responsibility of parents in managing children's online activities got a pre-assessment score of 3.42, which again translates to agree and post-assessment score of 4.65. For the conclusion, the study was able to create a meaningful contribution to the audience's awareness and learning outcomes by creating a hybrid web series and social media campaign. And for the summative evaluation for the web series, the theme reveals that the explanation of parents' roles in managing children's digital activities got a pre-assessment score of 3.55, which translates to agree, and post-assessment score of 4.31 that is equal to strongly agree. The web series was able to help parents understand their role in their children's digital exposure. And lastly, for the summative evaluation for the social media campaign, the theme reveals that the encouragement of parents to be involved in their children's digital awareness or digital activities got a pre-assessment score of 3.81 and then eventually improved to 4.40 after they view the or they consume the content from the social media. So this simply implies that social media campaign was able to encourage parents to manage their children's online activities. To test the internal consistency, reliability, and validity of the evaluation used, we computed for the Cronbach's alpha and got a result of 0.85 to 0.87, which translates to good, and therefore it is consistent. As for the conclusion, the results imply that combining digital storytelling with interactive campaigns is an effective strategy for raising awareness about the role of parental intervention in managing children's digital media exposure and supporting their early development. The hybrid format, which is very interesting, for a lot of audience, including parents and children, proved to be impactful educational method, validating the research title by highlighting how creative media can shape public understanding of parenting roles in the digital age and promote developmental support for the children. Here are my references, and that would be all for my presentation. Thank you so much.
So, Guru, very good presentation, and research is also appreciated. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, well done presentation, and love the research. Just a question.
Sure.
In your introduction, you talked about probably the negative side of digital content on children.
Yeah.
Did you specify this negative side, what they are, so that parents would be interested in that as they pick up the result of this research?
All right. Actually, that's a very interesting question because when we conducted the data gathering, no, we figure that instead of highlighting the negative impact of of digital media exposure to children, we focus on the positive side so that parents will be more optimistic on what what are the things that their children can improve when they monitor their child's activities, and therefore we concluded that uh, monitoring and managing their children's digital media exposure leads to a more positive result to their children rather than focusing on the disadvantages or the negative aspects. But yeah, thank you so much for that sentiment.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll be proceeding with our next paper presenter. I'd like to invite paper presenter Santosh Sanjeev Kulkarni with the paper titled Utilization of Blockchain in Healthcare, Essential Criteria and Hurdles to Overcome. So if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, I'm ready. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yeah. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah, ma'am, is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yeah. Yeah. Good morning. My topic is utilization of blockchain in healthcare. There is essential criteria and hurdles to overcome. Uh, this is basically a review article, and this I have carried out under the guidance of Dr. Bhagyashri Pandurangi ma'am. So to begin with, let's see what is a blockchain. Blockchain is a decentralized digital ledger that securely stores records across a network of computers in a way that is transparent, immutable, and resistant to tampering. So each block it contains data, and blocks are linked in a chronological chain. So that is why collectively it is called blockchain. So current healthcare system offer various opportunities, many opportunities to explore the potential of blockchain technology. So in this article, I aim to explore the possible applications of blockchain technology in healthcare systems, and I wish to highlight the critical needs for an effective, trustworthy, and transparent healthcare system. So, extensive literature survey is carried out, uh, which will focus on the concerns which are related to healthcare security. This review article explores the application of blockchain technology to solve various issues. We have focused on basically secured clinical data sharing and accessibility, maintaining medical history, research and clinical trials, drug supply chain management, and finally the billing. So it is very essential to identify the domain, key requirements in the domain, issues in the domain, and potential challenges to provide effective solutions. So these are the three important factors that we have focused on. So to begin with, the blockchain applications beyond finance. So up till now, only blockchain was seen in the domain of finance. Now it is applied in IoT, supply chain, healthcare, and logistics. So researchers have recognized blockchain technology's potential beyond finance, and they are applying it to the fields like IoT, supply chain management, and logistics. So it offers a secure distributed database that enables transactions without third-party intervention. So it makes it beneficial when multiple parties require shared data access, especially the healthcare data. Uh, if some other doctor is referred or other hospital is referred, so we need to share the entire medical history. And in that scenario, this becomes very helpful. So by reducing intermediary costs and resource consumption, blockchain-based systems, they enhance efficiency, and also we can gain the trust of the stakeholders by utilizing blockchain. That is due to implementation or usage of hash algorithms, asymmetric encryption, and digital signature. Also, along with blockchain, IoT and 5G, that is the communication system that we are using in healthcare domain. This has revolutionized the healthcare delivery, and it has also created various economic opportunities for the stakeholders. So proper medical data storage and exchange, it improves healthcare quality, but the unsecured sharing can expose sensitive patient data. So these are the challenges, basic challenges, like risk of sensitive data being exposed through unsecured sharing, fragmented patient records. It complicates the entire treatment process. Poor interoperability and data silos. That is, if there is some flaw in the interoperability of especially the electronic health records or electronic medical records, it leads to complications in the treatment. The security and privacy risks in EHR and EMR systems, uh, that is one of the major things that people are the major difficulty that people are facing. Then patients are hesitant to share due to trust concerns. uh, and to address these challenges, a decentralized data storage and exchange is essential. Now, given these concerns, if we consider blockchain, okay, it should be adopted in a healthcare system to safeguard patient data by restricting access. So it blockchain enables comprehensive stakeholder access. Blockchain adoption in healthcare is recommended, especially for EHR, that is electronic health records and electronic medical record systems, to restrict unauthorized access. Uh, at the time of insurance claims, a lot of time is taken for the refund and all the account, like the amount settlement, but that can happen very quickly if blockchain is used, because all the data, medical records and everything, including the billing, will be available readily on the platform. And this also lowers the cost and also minimizes the resource usage. Now, the main objective of the study is to provide an overview and explore applications of blockchain in healthcare. Based on literature spanning from 2016 to 2024, this research has been carried out. So this is the literature survey. Out of, like, the outcome of this survey was the blockchain technology has emerged as a transformative approach to enhancing data security, privacy, and interoperability in healthcare. Now, this literature survey, it explores various applications of blockchain in health information exchange, biomedical applications, and clinical trials, focusing on basically security, transparency, and efficiency. So the growing adoption of blockchain in these domains, it highlights its potential to totally revolutionize healthcare operations. Now, these reviewed literature indicates that blockchain holds promise for improving security, privacy, and efficiency in healthcare. Though the challenges are existing, especially the scalability and regulatory considerations, research is happening, and the implementation efforts are being taken, and that will surely shape the future of blockchain-enabled healthcare solutions. So the key requirements needed while proposing blockchain-based healthcare system, first thing is a nationwide interoperability. Uh, Blockchain based healthcare systems, they require national or nationwide interoperability. That is, a statewide interoperability, it gaps the challenge healthcare system or healthcare management is it is largely missing, due to universal interoperability standards. So the next is data security, wherein blockchain-based healthcare solutions aim to protect patients' sensitive data by enhancing data security, privacy, and trust. But it raises critical ethical security concerns as well. Next is data consistency, integrity, or immutability. Fragmented, inconsistent medical data complicates healthcare management. It increases basically delays and costs. So, blockchain ensures data integrity. Cost, resource effectiveness. Healthcare systems consume more resources, reducing transaction costs and delays from third parties. No, that is essential. Now, trust and transparency. The next one, establishing trust in healthcare system ensures secure data sharing, and blockchain removes intermediaries and enhances transparency and security. So complexity, we consider healthcare systems handle data and billing complexities. Blockchain optimizes operations, it reduces delays and inefficiencies. Now the key requirements, as I mentioned, the clinical data sharing, the technology that could be used here is the variables that collect health data. Blockchain converts these records into transactions and then uh, blocks, ensuring data integrity and accountability. And there is a hyperledger fabric which enforces privacy and access control and ownership. Now, outcomes are design and deployment of trusted and dispersed and a safe mobile healthcare system for collection and exchange of medical data. Integrity and privacy can be maintained. Uh, the global data sharing, one example, that is a gem health blockchain. This is a shared network that integrates identity storage and smart contracts. The outcomes are it connects stakeholders, improves operational efficiency, reduces negligence due to which is caused due to outdated information. It enables the experts to track uh, patient physician transaction history basically. So next is the maintaining medical history. If because blockchain uses hyperledger, it can it can maintain, or it can provide a digital tamper evidence that operates alongside physical safety features. So basically all the medical history will be available on a single click, and which is shareable. Of course, if the patient wills to share or agrees to share. So, research and clinical trials. Block trial is another case study wherein another case where it uses private Ethereum blockchain, enabling user control, smart contract functionality, and custom development. So it makes clinical research data more reliable. Benefiting it also benefits academics because research is involved in it, and regulators and drug businesses because clinical trials are involved in it. Next is healthcare data access control, wherein a robust algorithm which is integrating blockchain, smart contracts, and cloud for secure authenticated access is used. Health access is used. Outcomes are it enhances the security of sensitive health data and also provides a seamless and efficient data access for authorized users only. Uh, Drug chain supply management, another case where Bowhead Health it introduced blockchain in IOHT, where anonymized health tokens are issued. This reduces basically or eliminates fraud and errors. It reduces delays due to paperwork, improves inventory management, and minimizes the cost. Finally, the billing and payers. Another case where a smart mobile which stores a unique ID, it authenticates the transactions and sends signatures for validation. It creates certificates for secure insurance hospital communication, also authenticates transactions securely, efficiently, and cost effectively. Coming to the case use cases, as I mentioned, Medrec is one case study where a decentralized EMR system is used for enabling patients to access medical also uses applied behavior analysis. It can verify or it generates verified EHR authenticity, fine-grained access control, and clear audit trails. Health Bank is another case study where global health data exchange, a platform that empowers patients to control their data using secure and transparent
Excuse me, sir.
sharing. Enhanced, yeah, yes, ma'am.
I'm really sorry to disturb you, but I'd like to remind you of the
Yeah.
time limit.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Two more slides. Next case study is a trial where blockchain powered clinical research ecosystem, which improves trust in data integrity and efficiency, is the outcome of this case study. Nuco is another case study wherein the outcome is uh, which prevents duplicacy of the prescriptions and ensures the authenticity of the prescriptions. The potential challenges, the scalability restrictions, as as there is a create a trade-off with the increasing volume of medical transaction challenge. Then challenges in the global uniform standards, lack of global uniform standards, challenges are being faced. Uh, uh, People uh, hesitant to share their medical nation to nation. There are various regulations, privacy concerns. Though the security and privacy features are offered, it still remains a major concern. So unwillingness to share data, as I mentioned earlier. uh, the results, like I focused on the clinical sharing and accessibility. The purpose was to ensure data consistency, integrity, and immutability. uh, Medical history and counterfeit medicine, hyperledger we looked into, so it maintains secure medical records and combat medical counterfeiting. Research and clinical trials, secure data handling in research and trials. Drug supply chain and billing, we can the purpose was to manage the drug tracking, billing, and supply chain operations. So data security, enhance healthcare data security, and here in operational efficiency, the purpose or impact was to uh, impact is to reduce the reduced costs, computation, and intermediary dependence. Stakeholder trust and transparency, this was the area of focus, where the impact was it fosters trust and transparent data sharing and complex healthcare workflows, wherein which could simplify stakeholder interaction, reduce delays, and optimize operations. So in conclusion, this will transform the healthcare through technology. The challenges to implementations were discussed. The power of integration of blockchain along with the communication technology was discussed. How could trust, compliance, and future challenges could be addressed, well discussed. And a call to action. Call to action is uh, the partnerships the partnerships between academia and industry can drive innovation and lead to practical and impactful solutions, which could benefit healthcare professionals, researchers, and patients, and a society as a whole. So with this, I would like to conclude my presentation. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, Santosh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, I can hear you.
I had a lot of suggestions for you.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
First of all, you took a lot of time, which has
Yeah, sorry
been
for that, sir.
dedicated to you. And apart from that, some of the presentation contents were not accurate. Like this is very much text-based content, okay? And you
Yes, sir.
should be very much thorough about what you want to deliver to the exact audience, right? So
Yes, sir.
stick to that. And this is a review article, I think. So
Yes, sir. This is review.
no different researches, but you can put a graphical interfacing through your comparative studies, like what you have studied. The table I can see, but if
Yeah.
you
Yes.
can put some more visualization, that will be uh, a justification for the audience as well, right? So you can
Yes.
look after on those points. And,
Yes, sir. I'll
overall,
incorporate.
it's a great knowledge for the audience who is new in this research. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your inputs.
Thank you, sir. We'll be moving on with the next presenter. We have Gurudev Sutar with the paper titled API Development Learning Platform. Sir, if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Yeah, hi everyone. So, can I share my screen?
Yes, sir, please go. Sure.
Okay, please tell me once my screen is visible.
It is visible, sir.
Okay, so hello everyone. So,
Sir, can you put the screen in slideshow mode?
sure, yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So, our topic for the research paper as well as the presentation is the API development practice platform. And as you can see, the authors are the mentioned people on the screen. So, moving on to the next slide, before moving on to the proposed platform and the prototype that we have developed, first we'll set the background and the context about what's the API and the API development. So if you can see, the API is nothing but the connector between the two apps. A set of instructions, regulations, or guidelines known as an API allows programs or apps to access characteristics from some other app, network, or device to improve their own services. So it's nothing but a mechanism that enables the applications to communicate with each other in a concise manner. So our paper basically helps, and the system that we have developed helps the users to basically polish these API development skills based on the two paradigms that we have in the industry. The first one being the learning by doing approach, and the second one being the 4CID model, which is a four component instructional design model. The solution would not only help the users to build APIs by facilitating them to practice with the coding questions, but it will also assist them in acquiring API principles from reliable external sources. So it's a one-shot stop solution for the learners to kind of polish the API development skills, which is in high demand in the industry. Thus, a learner can learn more effectively by using our platform. So moving on to the next slide. So we have a basic system workflow. If you can see on my screen, this is the basic user interaction on how the user will basically interact with the problems page that we have developed. So user enters the problems page, he'll read the problem statement. He has the three options to proceed ahead. The user reads the documentation for commonly used functions, or he directly starts coding, or he reads the instructions before start coding. So these three steps are basically dependent upon the current state of the user, whether it's a beginner, intermediate, or expert. And we have the flexibility in our system to toggle between from the exact coding question to the documentation or the instruction sets. Post that, the user can submit the API, the code that he has developed via the code sandbox, which is the online ID, or via his local port or the server. Based on that, whether the solution that he has written, if any user test case has failed or passed, we'll pop up the output onto the user system. If it has passed, there's no issue. He can look at a solution to probably better improve his coding skills. Or if he has failed, then he can debug via system what errors basically he has made. So on a high level, I spoke about the flow on how the user will go through. Putting it to the slideshow mode again. So, as I spoke earlier, it is based on the learning by doing approach, and the system specifically focuses on polishing the API development skills, and the user need not worry about the other aspects like creating the front end or having the basic snippet code ready. That will be ready in our system. He just needs to put the logic and proceed ahead. So the example my co-author Priyang will cover. Yeah, Priyang.
So this is just a simple example where the question is to provide a set of products from DB via an API, and the user has to develop the code for the same. So in this case, the slash products is the API URL, and the user has to create the code the user has to code in such a way that when the user enters slash products on his server, then he will get the set of output which is required. And there are some default page, like if there is no data, then some uh, default default data is required. Default page is given, and also authentication, like proper user is entering the API or not, that is the test case for the same. So this is a simple example for API development where there is a communication between two systems. So system one will hit the API of slash products to get the data from system 2. So this is an example for API development. Gurdeep, you can move it. Also, regarding API development, we have existing tools like Postman, which helps us to test our APIs from local. Uh, Regarding this, but there are also when we actually deploy the API services, and there is a communication between two different apps. That time we get some different set of errors which this existing Postman things does not consider. So Gurudev, can you move one more slide ahead? Yeah. So for example, when from front end I try to hit the same API, I get the cross server error, but the same API which I hit from Postman, it won't throw any error. So for proper API development, user normally requires a front end. So via system, we have created an emulated front end where a user can directly code and test his API, and there is no need for user to create a separate front end for his API testing. Gurudev, you can move it. Yeah, so this is the explanation for the same which I just said here. Uh, the user will get cross-server errors, CORS errors on actual front end, and on Postman he won't get this. So user normally needs to create front end for front end himself to practice API development skills, but our system will provide this directly, and user can directly code and test his API on the system itself.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Priyank. So moving on to the paradigm which our system and the paper which is based upon is the first one is the fading principle approach. As you can see, there's a diagram below on the screen. So it indicates how the level of difficulty is being reduced, the level of hints is being reduced and the level of difficulty has been increased for the user when he navigates through solving the questions. So fading principle nothing but that takes a complete high to low strategy, starting with the worked out examples, then low load tasks, and finally conventional problems in the same task class. Our approach has fading component that starts with concept resources to lower the intrinsic cognitive load, followed by the solved examples, and finally a problems, which is a mixture of conventional and completion tasks, where a little support is provided to conventional tasks. This fading component is used repeatedly inside the same task class to teach distinct class ideas. So here basically the idea is we decrease the number of hints provided to the user as he navigates from learning resources to solving the questions, and at the end, the user should be standalone able to solve the questions related to the API development. The second paradigm which our system focuses on is the 4CID model, which stands for the four component instructional design model. The first component being the learning task. These are the realistic whole tasks that help the learners integrate knowledge, skills, and attitudes. They give a context and show how things are applied in the real world. Second component being the supportive information. This includes the theories, the principles, the external sources, as well as the cognitive strategies that help learners to understand how to approach non-repetitive aspects of a task. So we can think it as of the background knowledge that's needed for, actually doing hands-on development. The third component being the procedural information. So basically now we have the background, or now we have the knowledge about what we have to do. Now we need the step-by-step procedure in order to execute that. So this is targeted in the third component, which is the procedural information. It's often given in a just in time where the learner actually needs it, not beforehand when actually he's doing the hands-on practice. And the fourth component being the part task practice, which focuses on practicing specific parts of a task that require, a lot of repetition to become automatic. Having said the two paradigms, which is the fading principle approach as well as the 4CID component, how we can map it with our system. So this is the UI that we had developed for our system. As you can see on the first tab that we have the resources and the solved example. So this basically can be tagged to the supportive information that we have. So this basically contains the external sources as well as the embedded links for the topic. For example, here it's a get request. The topic is a get request and simple get request without DB. How can the user get to know the resources and the solved examples, and the external links are provided over here. For the next component, which is the learning task, we have the task 1, task 2, and task 3, which is nothing but the task 1 being a bit easier, task 2 being a bit moderate, and task 3 being a bit difficult. So the hint level decreases as we go from task 1 to task 3, which indicates the fading principle approach, which we had explained earlier. Inside the task 1, task 2, and task 3, as we open like this over here, is what we'll get to see the third component, which is the procedural information, wherein the step-by-step guide is provided to the user where he can execute the individual APIs following the procedures which we have mentioned into our system. Now, uh, moving on to the workflow, as you can see, the first one is the supportive information. Second is the completion task, where the user will have to complete the task partially by himself, which is the second task where some hint will be provided, which is less than the earlier task. And the third one is the conventional task, wherein no hint will be provided to the user. Simply a question will be provided and the emulated front end will be provided to the user where he'll have to write the solution for the question and which will be tested by our system. Yeah, so this is the problem submission, the solutions tab. The other features which our system and the research focuses on is the problem-wise documentation for all the topics, the learner analytics, I mean, how the user interacts with our system, what are the difficult areas on the userly basis, whether he is a beginner, intermediate, or moderate. Third one being the leaderboard and the blogs, articles, and the papers, which the prototype is already is having. And the last one is the documentation section. Yeah, that's it from our side. Thanks for your time, everyone. Hello.
Yeah, it's a great presentation, and just wanted to know your contributions, like what you actually want to contribute towards this particular research.
Okay, so we identified that API is one of the commonly used commonly used technologies in the industry. So we wanted to build a robust platform where the user need not navigate multiple sources. He can get all the sources for learning as well as implementation on a single platform where he can do the end-to-end learning of the API development on a single platform. No need to navigate to multiple platforms. That can save the
Agreed,
user time.
agreed. But have you compared it with already existing platforms that are available?
The comparable study has not been done as of now, but as we know, I mean, as a developer, if we use the existing platforms, we need to navigate to other sites for learning that. So we have included the learning resources also in this, and the hint-wise approach that we have provided in the fading principle approach. So that's the unique thing that we have about a platform.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And about the validation of these entire research. So, do you have any point on that?
Validation, as in I didn't get you.
Yeah,
Have you validated?
we performed some validation. We have some pilot data. So we asked multiple users to test our platform. We deployed our platform on web
Heroku.
and yeah, on Heroku, and we asked multiple users to test the data.
Okay, while having the test bench analysis, what was the training and testing samples you have adopted?
We had trained it around 10 to 15 users from our college itself based on their complexity, I mean, from beginner to moderate. And after that, we took the feedback. But it's not, as of now, we have not processed that, but we have it, the basic analysis ready, but it's not processed as of now,
Mhm.
sir.
Okay, okay, fine, fine.
Yeah,
I appreciated that work. Thank you.
yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks, sir.
So
Ju-
I have a question. So
yeah, just,
how do you measure that this and propose the method? And how do you evaluate is it time or level of the skill?
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Your voice is not, clear for me, and I'm not sure if it's for everyone else. Can you please repeat?
So how do you evaluate the proposed method? Do you get the time to get the skill or to get some level of the skill? So how do you measure in the proposed method?
Okay, so currently the prototype that we have developed is basically beginner, intermediate, or expert oriented. But later on, we plan to develop a leaderboard, which I had mentioned in the last slide, so that can measure the relative ranking of the user on how he's onto the API development skills.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
uh, Yeah, sorry, just a follow up on that one.
Yeah.
So since it's an instructional project,
Mm-hmm.
did you indicate the basic knowledge of a person that would be able to use what you developed?
As I comprehend your question, it's about knowing the existing level of the user. I mean, whether he's beginner, intermediate, or expert, right? You're speaking about that and knowing that, and after that, proposing him the related topics and questions. That's what you're asking, sir?
Yes, like is it everyone a starter who has no knowledge in programming and anything able to use it and so on?
Yes, yeah. So for that, we had planned for giving us test questionnaire before the actual before providing him with the actual sources as well as the questions, so that we get to know whether the solution, whether the user is on the beginner, intermediate, or expert level. But as of now, it's not implemented. But yeah, we can take this as a feedback, and we can provide a questionnaire of set of basically, let's say, 10 questions to know the current position of the user. Yeah.
Okay. And is it going to be open source? So
Yes, sir, it's going to be open source.
thank you. All the
Yeah,
best.
thanks. Yeah, thanks for the feedback. Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, sir. We will be proceeding with our next paper presenter, Gaurav Datta, with the paper titled A Study in Analyzing the Adoption of Internet of Things and Enhancing Food Quality Management. Sir, if you're ready, then you may go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I'm ready. Okay. May I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Please.
okay. Okay, ma'am. Just 1 minute. Ma'am, it is visible.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay. Uh, Good morning to all of you, and good morning, madam, and all the dignitaries, for giving me the chance to share my knowledge in this platform. Actually, my topic is that the study is analyzing the adoptions of the Internet of Things in enhancing the food quality and management. Okay. I am myself the Gaurav Dattu. I am the from Renard University, West Bengal, Kolkata. I want to present this research study. Along with that, my co-authors, Dr. Bhupati Sardar and Dr. Rahul Kumar Ghosh in this. Okay. First outline is the introduction, research objective, problem statement, literature review, conceptual model, methodology, statistical analysis. Okay, all those things. First of all, the introductions. The Internet of Things or IoT is on the great potential in transforming the food quality because managing by the editable real-time data monitoring or in this loss or absorption of the cost. That means quality management of the IoT sensor can track the environment conditions and detect the risks of disease and also the card operational cost. Applications range from tracking raw materials and the monitoring, basically the ensuring the quality of the productions environment. And basically the studies, our aim is the close the existing research gap by examining the different type of factors that influence of the IoT adoptions or any kind of proposing of the unfairness or does this study budget to gap analysis or the adoptions of the proposing the unfairness model combinations of this. First, this is the problem statement. Now, our research basically explored that how IoT technology can be effectively integrated across the food value chain. Basically, aims to reduce the operational cost, also enhancing the efficiency through the real-time monitorings or the predictive analysis on the automations, and basically focus to improving the transparency, regulatory complaints, and the consumer satisfactions, and seek the contribution sector while improve the food safety also and productive the environment sustainability. Literature reviews there. Basically, we review the different types of market raw materials and tracking the livestock, also automations, cheese productions, and monitoring the ones feasible during the tensings and the storm. And basically, technology enable takeability faster recall, and we should. Basically dynamic expressions data or the effective analysis help to reduce the waste and optimize routing and improving the food safety decisions. Research objective is our we should define basically divided our research objective into three part. One is that to analyze to the IoT adoptions of the food quality management and identify the key benefits and challenges. What are the challenges there? I discuss into the later, and to evaluate the role of the management support and the cost effective. This is actually the conceptual model of our study. Basically, this is the relationship of the IoT adoptions, food quality, and cost effective, and the management support. IoT enhancing food quality management basically depends on the enhancing the food chain, also the low cost and the manageable support and the management support. Methodology is there. We should first the sampling our data and collect sorry data collection samplings method is there for the data manipulation and survey design and data analysis. We should divide it into the fourth part our study. And here we should use the multiple online database for collections the data, that means the Google Scholar, Scopus, and the gather the literature review. And 5 points Likert scale ratings from the complete increments in those things. Statistical analysis method, basically I show you the frequently analysis axis demographic trends and the correlation analysis to measure the relationship between the variable. And chin square test is also validated to the hypothesis. And this is the result of the frequency analysis. We should analyze our data into the different part. One is the metro city pupils and age between the 26 to 35 and undergraduate. This is the actually the demographic represent summary. Okay, we should describe into the chart. And here the correlation analysis is there. First, he finds the management support of the IoT adaptations to the high correlations where the value is already threshold, which is the R equals to 0.83. This is actually the pictures. Madam, it is visible. Uh, uh,
Yes,
okay.
sir, it is visible.
Okay, so this is the IoT management support. This is the 0.836, and this is the IoT in cost reductions. And also here the significant correlations reduce adoptions to the infusion and IoT value chain enhancings. Basically, statistical validates via the percentage squared and the link puts to the ratio controls. The significant where the p value is the threshold value is basically less than 0.01001 for this relationship. And a result in this chain square analysis is the IoT and the value chain. In this section, basically significance of the value, I already discussed that P is equals to less than the RO equals to 0.001 and validate strong increments among the stakeholders on the positive impact to the IoT enhancements to the value chains. And also recognizes the role of IoT to improving the traceability and also the shift from materials to the strong agreements. Okay, and this is the another results we are also analysis. Basically, this is the chin square analysis, which is the IoT and cost effectives. Majority of the responsibility agrees to the IoT adoptions enhancing the cost effective and strong statistical significance. And basically, we should here from our agreement shift the theoretical aspects to the strongly adoptions to the market agility, and also we see this all those things and key benefits of the basically of this research, and this is the real-time monitoring enable the continuous surveillance of the food conditions to ensuring the safety and the freshness and improve the traceability of the compliance, basically we step from farm to fork, and also the goods regulatory complaints to the consumer drugs. And data-driven discussions and also the reduction of the wastes and the cost effectiveness is there. Of the minimize the spoilages of the waste and support the sustainability is all those things. And basically, we face this challenge, okay, in the IoT adoptions, the high initial investment and the skill workforce requirement and data privacy or the security risks are also there, and lack of incidents to the protocol. Okay, and recommendations for this are the real-time monitorings for the food safety and basically the improve the disability and the comprehensions and also reduce the food storage. I already told you, and enhancing the decisions making through the data analysis. Okay, conclusions there. Basically, we study this to the all those things on the three type of. This is the basically enhancing the real time monitoring and the seamless data exchange to the ISS efficiency and the enhancing the transparency, effectiveness, and the accomplishments across the food supply chain. It is strengthened through the value chains or the reduce the operational cost and support the data-driven management. However, the successful implementations of the IoT solutions demand, we also define the stress, adequate the financial investment, and skilled person is there, and so strong across the collaborations minimize the benefits of the IoT cost. Not just technology adoptions, but also organizations readiness of the strong commitment. All those are the reference from where we collect the data and also we take the value of this papers. Thank you, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Thank you for the presentation. This is a good one. Just a question on what are your proposals to overcome the challenges of adoption that you have highlighted? There seem so many.
Yes, sir. Actually, I proposed, not proposed actually, this is a study actually, three type of study-based research, okay. And here the basically different type of barriers is also there, but I try to overcome and uh, this analysis is done based on the three different type of categories here.
Okay, so the issues of cost and so on, you as computer scientist, what would you propose would overcome such?
Yes, sir, I am the computer science student, but I proposed, not only proposed, because actually this is my first presentation, so first research, where I actually first study the analysis system, that what is actually going on, and cost effective. But if I keep the collaborations of any of the food industry, then we can easily implement these challenges or overcome these challenges. Okay. But initially, investment is there, and also the skill work, knowledge, force, and data privacy issue is there. That's why those are the challenges of the IoT adoptions actually. Then I've actually studied this, and then we should conclude this type of phenomena. Sir.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was the last presentation for the session. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contribution in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during this 9th version and all the previous 8 versions of the conference. We will be happy to have you in the 10th version 2026. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. Furthermore, all the papers have been already forwarded to the Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ICTIS 2025. I'd also like to thank our session chairs for chairing the session. A token to the chair on behalf of Team ICTIS and Global Knowledge Research Foundation. Thank you for your valuable presence, sir.
Thank you. You're welcome, and thank you very much for inviting us.
Thank you, sir. I'd also like to thank our Professor Akhilesh Kumar Sharma for chairing the session. A token to chair on behalf of Team ICTIS and Global Knowledge Research Foundation. Thank you, sir. Just before we end the session, I'd like to request everyone to turn on their cameras for a quick snapshot of the virtual conference.
Yeah, thank you. And the great hosting was done. So congratulations, Ishita, you as well, and
Thank you, sir.
Harsh, who has very effectively moderated the session. And all the authors, we congratulate all of you to put your greatest contribution towards the research. Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and take care. Thank you, everyone.
Ma'am, recordings will be uploaded on the website within 2 weeks. And another question is like 3 p.m. GMT in this sense is okay. So, 3 p.m. is the Bangkok time, and Indian Standard Time will be around 12:45, I believe. No, it's 1:30. Sorry, 1:30 to 3:30. I hope I answered the questions.
Yes, sir, you have answered the question. So by 1:30 p.m. we have to active in Indian Standard Time, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for solving my query.
You're welcome, ma'am.